Hello, my beloved Mariners supporters. How are we this evening? I'm back with another match preview after Tuesday's defeat to Salford. Enough said about that. I'll go briefly into that towards the end of this video. But this video is going to be about the next League Two fixture against Macclesfield, our wonderful friends back at Macclesfield. Hello again, any fans of Macclesfield Town. Hope everybody is good, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you for the third time in a month on Saturday. This is going to be just like a brief preview of this, because obviously we've played them fairly recently. The last two fixtures for both teams have been since we last played each other. In fact, we got a 2-2 draw at Oldham. They've lost 3-0 at home to Swindon, and Newport, they got a 1-1 draw, and of course we lost on Tuesday night to Salford. So a bit of a mixed bag of results for both teams. I'm just going to tell you roughly about the last victory we've had. We actually haven't beaten them since last season. In the league, this is. I will state that in the league. When it was Goosegate. The wonderful goose that turned up on the Moss Rose pitch. What a wonderful thing. And obviously that was a goal by Jordan Cook. What a belter that was on that day. So the tough side. Both games that we've had, even the game and a half that we have had against them, they've been tight. They've been very close, and they're a good team. They're a good team. Downman has got them organised, got them playing. They seem to know what the manager wants, which I think makes it a much more difficult task. So they're going to be a difficult. They're going to be a difficult team to beat. And I think, the challenge is there. Hopefully we can get a win just to stop any panic or any worry. People obviously worrying about are going to be taking their eye off against about playing Chelsea on the Wednesday. I don't believe so, but I also believe, especially in the last game, we did have a little bit of bad luck. As for injuries, Ludwig Omen will be out for several weeks with a groin strain. God, we thought it was going to be a lot more serious than that, but it's a groin strain. He'll be out for up to about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe upwards to about 6 weeks. And Harry Davis will not be available for Macclesfield, as Michael Jolly has said he has a small chance of making Wednesday, but I don't really see that myself. The referee this week is James Adcock. We've had him once before. That was in the loss at Oldham last season. The 2-0 loss we had there at Oldham. My overall preview of this game is it's going to be another tight one. It's one I don't think Grimsby need to win, but at the same time I feel like we have to put a marker down. And to me, we have to score first. I've said this in the last couple of match previews. We got to score first. We just have to. We cannot, as a team, we cannot keep conceding first all the time. I know everyone's when Salford started to complain about, when you're looking for the long ball and trying to get. I know why Grimsby are doing that. They're doing that because they put themselves in the position where they're having to come from behind all the time. So it's not about the football being pretty or about the football even being effective. as time goes on and you're not scoring, and I must admit, after Tuesday, they were very, very, very unfortunate not to draw, because I believe if we'd drew level, and I am going to mention this very shortly about the refereeing at Salford, and then obviously we must forget that and move on to Macclesfield. But we've got to stop conceding first. If the only worry I have for Grimsby is we feel like we're going to concede in games. Keeping clean sheets has not been easy for us. But at the same time, I can see progression. I can see what they're trying to do. And but obviously the frustration does set in when Grimsby don't get the results. And I think with Macclesfield, I think we've got to realise we know what a threat Macclesfield can be, because Macclesfield were a big threat that first half we played in the first tie of the Carabao Cup, and then on the rearrange, I think they played for penalties in the end. But you know, they've got some dangerous players there, and I think we've got to, you know, I think we know what to expect from Macclesfield, and that I think that will lead us to a win. And I'm just going to say a win. I'm not even going to give a score prediction. Okay, I'll twist my own arm. 2-0. 2-0, I'm going to go Grimsby. It's one of these games. What I will say, as I'm kind of on these previews, if I don't think Grimsby can, I will not be afraid to say they won't win. But there's always nobody to fear either at League 2 level, you know. So yeah, it'll be a 2-0 win for Town, I believe. I'd love for Jordan to score again after having his goal wiped off, which I said in a second I will get into. And I think Jordan's going to score, Jordan Cook, and I'd like to see Matt Green score again. I think that'd be fantastic for. But I always say anybody that scores a goal, good enough for me. And on the back end of this preview, I would just like to go back a little bit to Salford. First of all, I've got to say the parking at Salford was absolutely atrocious. It is probably close to being worse than us, and our parking is by far not the best. But I think we actually went to a place where the parking is worse. But on to the game, basically. It was a nothing game. It was a throwaway game. We had a couple of good chances. Matt Green with a header, very nearly put us in front in the first half. They didn't really offer anything, Salford. I mean, I try and be fair to both sides, but literally Salford didn't offer anything. They got the goal off a goal kick, which I think Macca will be very, very disappointed he didn't save. But he misread it. He misjudged where it was going. That shouldn't have gone in, but it did. But the main controversy at Salford was the free kick. Now, I've looked back on many replays of it. I know a lot of fans on the night. By the way, all credit to the Mariners supporters. Around like 1,100 fans on a Tuesday night went to Salford. What I did find is Salford didn't seem to know what to do with that many away supporters. I was watching a few of the students and they were like, what's this? We're not used to this, you know. Which is credit to us, because that shows how well supported we are as a football club. And we got the free kick, and from what I could see, the time I wasn't watching the kick, I was actually watching for the net to bulge. And Jordan stepped up, and from where he was, we knew Jordan was going to have a poke. And what a cracking free kick it was by Jordan Cook. No chance for the keeper. It was an absolute beauty. And then the controversy happened. The controversy was it a foul for Matt Green going into the wall? Because obviously this season's new free kick policy is the fact that you cannot go back into the wall and try and foul. Try and make a difference that way. And Matt Green did, and now be able to see it a few times. Yes, in the end, it was the right decision. But what I didn't like, and what I've heard in the interview for this upcoming game with Macclesfield, Jolly was asked a lot about it, and himself, he even said they got the right decision, but he didn't like the process of how they came to that decision. And I'm just going to say one thing, and I defend referees and anything else to the hilt, but how in the world does a fourth official decide to intervene on a free kick, and yet other decisions they don't bother with, like fouls in different areas? We had probably a penalty shout, but the fourth official didn't intervene then, because that's where they mentioned on Quest that the referee didn't give the goal. That was wrong. The referee did give the goal. It was the fourth official that brought it to the referee's attention. So how come all of a sudden the fourth official piped up? And how could he see from about 40 yards away from the actual incident? God knows. But it was just one of those nights. No matter how hard Grimsby were trying, I think after that free kick, it just deflated the whole team. It deflated the fan base, and it deflated everybody. Thinking, oh God. But we were good in spells. We weren't so good in others. But we were better than we were against Oldham. We lost. So I'm not going to dwell on that. I think we need to put that one to bed now, and I'm going to after this. And I think back onto the important things now. We can't change that. We get onto Macclesfield, and it's going to be a tough game. They're a good side. We already know what a good side Macclesfield are, and hopefully Grimsby can get back on the horse. I know a lot of fans are, are like saying, have they just got one eye on Macclesfield? And in a sort of way, it'll be in the back of the players' minds. Of course it will. But also for fans, it's in the back of their minds. That we're actually going to Stamford Bridge next week. And I think maybe as fans we don't necessarily help the matter, because our minds are on Chelsea. Have the fans' minds been on games like Salford and the Macclesfield game and things like that? Possibly not. And I think we've got to think as fans, and that's what I'm doing right from this point. Forget Chelsea. That's next Wednesday. Forget that. That is happening, but this Macclesfield game is more important. So like I said, I'm going to say Grimsby Town 2, Macclesfield Town 0. I'm hoping it's 0. But I think that, as I said, it's going to be a tough game. And again, the first goal is going to be crucial. It always is. But I think if Grimsby get the first goal, I think we'll go on to win it. Because I think we've got a good enough side to do it. It's going to be a very, very interesting game at Bundle Park on Saturday. I'm doing this now because I have a wedding coming up tomorrow, so I'm doing the preview now. What are your thoughts on the game? What were your thoughts on the Salford situation? Were you as miffed as the rest of us that were there? Let me know. What's your score prediction for Saturday? Are the Mariners going to get back onto winning ways and get a result which they desperately, I wouldn't say desperately need, but they do need. They need a win to settle the waters, shall we say. I think fans are getting a bit restless, and I think that a result's needed from the Mariners. So what's the score prediction going to be? Is it going to be a Mariners win? Are the Mariners going to draw? Or even are the Mariners going to lose? But that'll be it for this one. I will be back next week with the preview for Chelsea. If you're going on Saturday to Bundle Park, get behind them. Come on, get as many people as we can down the Bundle Park and see the boys on the victory. This is a good side we've got here. Let's not lose track of that. We've got a good side at Grimsby. Jolly knows what he's doing. Jolly in his interviews is very, very honest. He's down to earth. He doesn't really swerve questions. He may not always give you the answers that you're looking for, but you know, the guy's doing a good job here. He's definitely improved us from what we were last year. Let's get behind the boys. Enjoy the game if you are going. If you're going and you watch me, say hello. When you see me, say hello, and I'll say hello to you, and we can have a talk about what's going to happen in the game. Enjoy the game on Saturday. I sure will. I'll be there. Up to Mariners, guys. Enjoy the game, and let's try and get those 3 points back for the boys. As they say at the ground, let's make some noise for the boys. I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one. Bye bye for now. Ta-ta, TTFN. See ya. Bye.